Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll go through the settings for the multi-list button on the products listing. To begin, hover over the More Convert in the WordPress menu and select the multi-list option. By scrolling down the page, I can access the settings related to products listing. Initially, this option is active for us, and the multi-list button is displayed on the products page. However, if I deactivate this option, save the settings, go to the products page, and refresh it, as you can see, the button is no longer accessible. Returning to the settings, I can choose the button position. It can be placed on the top corners of the image or before and after the Add to Cart button. If I set the button on before Add to Cart and save the settings, go to the products page and refresh it. You can observe that the button is now placed before the Add to Cart button. Returning to the settings, and finally, placing the position on image top left. From this section, I can change the button type. The icon-only mode is what we've seen before. I choose the text-only mode, save the settings. Now, instead of an icon, you'll see text. Returning to the settings, I set it to icon and text, a combination of the two modes. Save the settings, go to the products page, and refresh it. As you can see, now we have both the icon and text. Going back to the settings, I choose icon only. By enabling this option, the multi-list button style will match your other buttons of your website theme. If I activate this option, save the settings, you'll see the button style has changed. Now, returning to the settings and deactivating it. From this part, I can change the multi-list icon. For example, I set it to multi-list 3, and save the settings. As you can see, the icon has changed. Other icons work the same way, and you can choose your favorite icon or upload your custom icon. From the icon style section, you can change the font size, color, and hover color. I set the font size to 16 pixels and both color and hover color to white. In the button colors section, I set the background color to the chosen code according to the theme and hover background color to the same code. Border color is set to black and border hover color to gray. Save the settings. As you can see, the icon color, background, hover background, border, and hover border have all changed. From the button size section, I can change the size of various parts of the button. I set the border width to 2 pixels, width to 40 pixels, height to 40 pixels, border radius to 6 pixels, and margin to 13 pixels from all sides. The button size changes have been correctly applied. Going back to the settings, I remove the border because I don't need it and set the border radius to 0 pixels. From the button tooltips section, I can enable the tooltip button. If I enable this option and save the settings, as you can see, the tooltip appears when hovering over the multi-list button. Returning to the settings, I can change the tooltip direction. For example, I choose the right option and save the settings. If I hover over the button now, the tooltip will appear to the right. The spacing issue you see here is because we've applied margin from all sides. If I apply margin to the top and left only, the problem will be solved. As you can see, the spacing issue has been resolved.